wanted to go inside the cafe. It is about, I think it's like 30 something degrees and my skin looks really cold. That is the reason why I'm freezing out here. But I wanted to do a stream because I saw a comment from Ro, and Ro's comment said that they were inspired by me, which I thought was, inspired by me to be better. And I wanted to take some time off and just do this stream because I feel that, hold on you guys, I'm like freezing. Like I said, I'm freezing. I would love to go inside, but they're playing loud music and I just thought I don't want to, be the only one talking to myself and then you hear music in the background. Oh no, actually I take that back. You actually hear music right now. So I have been working on myself and it is super windy right here. I don't know if you guys can hear it. Maybe you guys can gauge that the wind is blowing over here. I did my hair, you guys, and once I was walking down the street, it went all into, it went into futility over here. So it is what it is. So I have a little Rode microphone. It has a little puffy thing over here. I don't know if you guys can see it. You guys probably can't. But I just wanted to tell you guys what I have been up to and the things that I've been changing in my life. So as I told you guys before, I wake up now around 6 a.m., 5:30 or 6 a.m. And the reason why I do that is that I find that for me, if I wake up too late, I feel like my day is wasted. So imagine this, right? Imagine, oh my gosh. Imagine if you wake up around 11 a.m. And when you wake up at 11 a.m., hold on, I need my mittens. I am so cold right now. Oh my gosh, it's so windy. Okay, I will go through. My hands are freezing right now. I know, I am. I know. I have my gloves on. Okay, so yeah, people are so friendly. If if you're kind of like friendly attitude, you'll see that people talk to you. Just putting it out there. Okay. So I have been waking up early, and for me, I think complacency is just going throughout your day and then figuring out that, oh, you miss like a good chunk of I know my hands are so big. You miss like a good chunk of the day, and then you just tell yourself like, oh man, I'm so, like, I feel that I can't really do much because so much of the day is wasted. And then, you have your first meal, let's say at noon, and then, 4 or 5 o'clock hits and it's not good at all. So I wake up early because I like to use those early hours. Oh my gosh. I like to use those early hours to work on things, slowly and leisurely. It could just be, things that I have in the back burner and just doing some research or something like that. And it really helps me out a lot. So for you guys, if you guys have heard people say, oh yeah, wake up early, wake up around 5 or 6 a.m., I would heavily recommend wake up at 5, 6 a.m., even on the weekends. I know a lot of people wake up around that time, 6:30 or so, but having that extra hour, some people even wake up at like 3 a.m. Having that extra time means so much to me, and I love it tremendously. I really, really do. So, hold on, let me see if my drink is good. I got a chai latte. Hold on. Oh, it's good. It's so cold, my hot drink turned cold. And this thing was like $4.75. I couldn't believe it. Oh my gosh. So, yeah, that's really inspired me a lot to just get things done, because if I wake up earlier, again, I have more things that I can do and I fit so much more in. And when I do that, I feel more confident, right? I feel more inspired to do even more, because when I look at the time, it's, let's say 7 a.m., 8 a.m., 9 a.m., and I just feel like I'm chugging on. So today I got a lot done. Yesterday I got a lot done. The day before, I don't know if I woke up at 5 a.m. the day before. I can't remember, but I love waking up early so much now, and I'm addicted to it, and I really would suggest to you guys to do the same thing. Seriously, it's amazing waking up early. The only downside is that I find that I have to sleep around 10 p.m., 10 or 11 to make sure I get my hours in. And yesterday I stayed up late because I was watching something. on Netflix, and it was really, really interesting. So the other thing that I would say is, besides just, to go away from the complacency, besides just waking up early, you need to have goals in mind. So for me, right, I feel like, and I've told it. Can you? I can't see it. But for me, I know my face is turning all red and stuff. It's so cold. For me, the thing that I do is that I have this like set thing that I want to accomplish throughout the week or the day. And I just keep, working at it, and I just go down my little list, and I'm always pushing myself to be better now. So one of the things that I've been doing, I've told you guys this before, is I'm going to the gym basically every day. I go to the gym, I think 6 days a week now. Tomorrow I'm going to go to the gym. I think I might take a day off in a couple days, but as long as I feel okay, I'm going to continue going to the gym, because the gym does wonders for me. It makes me feel more energized in the morning, and it makes me feel more confident. So for some people, right, let's say if you have an insecurity that you want to work on, and you just feel like, oh, I want to, I'm so scared of doing this, or I'm so insecure about my body image, for example. And you guys know, if you guys have looked at my past history, you will see how I've been so insecure about my body for the longest time. But when I went to the gym, and the reason why I started going to the gym is because after I got sick with the you-know-what, I actually started dropping weight. So I used to be around 120 pounds, and then I actually dropped down to 109 pounds, and I just didn't have my appetite at all. As a result of that, I didn't want to really move, because I thought, man, I'm not hungry, I'm just dropping weight, let me just stay in my comfort zone. Someone had told me, they said, hey, you should work out, because if you work out, you're going to stimulate your appetite. So as a last resort, because I was so frustrated not being hungry at all, not wanting to eat anything, just constantly dropping weight. I don't like myself really light. I worked out, and immediately after I worked out, I started getting an appetite, and I was so happy and so grateful that I had my appetite back the next day I worked out and the day after I worked out. And I'm seeing changes in my body, which encourages me to work out even more. And then, so I'm working out, and I feel so, I don't feel like I want to be complacent, because when you start seeing changes, that encourages you to get out of complacency, when you see that kind of thing. And I really hope that for you guys, right, if you have an insecurity, if you guys have an insecurity in your life, whatever it may be, I want you guys to really think hard about getting out of that complacency, getting out of that insecurity, because that's not a good thing to do. A lot of people, I find that, we have our fears, we have our insecurities, and some people, they work on those insecurities, right? They work on it actively, and other people just shy away from it. So one of the things that I want to do, besides me continuing to work out, is I want to, actually, I don't want to say I want to, I'm intending to go and practice to drive. So that way I'm comfortable driving. If you guys know me, I've said it several times before, I don't like driving. I'm a little scared of driving. I feel uncomfortable driving. And I have a driver's license, but I'm just scared of driving because I'm so rusty about it. And that insecurity, makes me complacent about it. And it just gets into a cycle of insecurity. That cycle will not break until I work at it. Same like me going to the gym. Am I insecure about my body? Definitely not nearly as much as before. I don't even think I'm really that insecure about my body, because I see things changing. So before, I don't know if you guys can see it. Let me see. I know. Before, let me try and do this. Oh my God, I'm so cold, you guys. Before, when I used to flex my arm, it used to be like whatever, and now I feel like I got like a little muscle here. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's like a little one. But I didn't have that before. I was like this flabby Asian or so, like a skinny little arm. And just having, oh my God, my arm is so cold. Just having that little thing makes me so happy and so excited. And I love it so much. So that just makes me feel like I want to keep going to the gym, because I see these results, And it makes me feel so happy inside to see these results. And then I just, keep going at it. No, I'm definitely not ripped. I just, I have a skinny arm, so things pop up. I'm just saying, I don't think I'm like ripped compared to like a bodybuilder, of course not. I've just been working out for about 2 weeks. But those are some of the changes that I'm making in my life, and I'm excited about facing my insecurities, because exercising was a huge insecurity for me for a number of years. Again, if you've been following my channel, you've been hearing me talk about it. And now, I'm not gonna lie, when I go to the gym, I actually like look at the mirror and I actually check my butt out, because I'm like, is it growing? Oh, I think it's growing. Like, I'll actually like scoot to the sideways and be like, yeah, it's growing. It's growing. I'm just, yeah. I mean, don't think I'm gonna, don't think I'm like checking my butt all the time, but I want to see that like progress. So right now, I think my leg extension is about 90 pounds. I think there's this leg press thing, and I can do 100 pounds. And before, it used to be lower than that. So yeah, I'm that person, that skinny little string bead, who's like looking at her arm muscles in front of, 15 people also working out. I'm like, oh, this is a full length mirror. Let me make use of it. But I just like seeing my gains. And it's not because I'm thinking like, oh, I want to show off. It's like, I like seeing that improvement. So yeah, I do leg presses, and the one that you have your you kind of like push the weight with your legs, that one. I do that one. And then I do the one where you lie down and then you kind of go like this with the back of your knees. You know what I'm talking about? I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking. I can't remember the name of it, but there's that machine where you lie down on your chest, you hold these two bars, and then you have this little cushion right here, and then you just go like this. So that works something. I think that works my calves. But so I'm a big fan of exercising now. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but I love exercising. I look forward to exercising. I look forward to my gains. I look forward to getting more hungry. I look forward to changes. And I'm so happy that I got out of my complacency, because now I can actually say that I'm a lot more happier because of it. And I'm a lot more energetic about life. And I'm a lot more, I wouldn't say, like, I have more self-esteem with myself. Oh, whatever, you can't see anything with this thing. Okay, let me see. Yeah, you can't see anything. Sorry, you guys, you can't see anything at all. But yeah, there is a little, I should take some measurements, but I should have done like a before and after thing, like me after I exercise, what are my gains and so. But it's just something. So if you guys haven't been going to the gym at all, I would highly recommend, I think I put in my Life Thoughts video or something, my F from Frugal Tips video. I said something like, if you go and use a machine and you're not too sure what to do, put it at the lowest weight, like 10 pounds, and then just do it holding the 10 pounds. Like, do a chest press with 10 pounds, do a leg extension thing with 10 pounds, because that way, if you do that, you feel like, the weight's like nothing. 10 pounds is really nothing if you're just like using your legs, right? So that way you get the form down, and then when you feel comfortable with it, or you're like, okay, I just like push this thing, then you can just add more weight on that, and make sure you log it down. So for me, I like doing 3 sets of 8 at a certain weight. So for instance, right, I think my shoulder press is about 45 pounds. So three sets of 8 at 45 pounds. Like, and I'll do that every day. And then when I feel comfortable with 45 pounds, I'll go up in weight. And I like seeing that progress. I like looking and seeing like, ooh, I'm advancing. Now, I don't think that this is going to be I don't think it's going to be, linear. I think I am going to plateau, but right now I think I'm having the beginner gains, but that's okay. I love having the beginner gains, because I rather have the beginner gains than like none of these gains at all. So just from a person who's just working on themselves, and I have been behind the camera for a long time, I just wanted to be open about it, because I really feel, as cliche as this is, I've heard this from so many people, you guys, you really need, in my opinion, to exercise and wake up earlier if you can, especially if you're like a slowpoke like me, where you just kind of feel like the slow little turtle, and then other people are like zooming through life. You're just like, okay, well, I'm gonna wake up earlier and I'm gonna get my stuff done, so come 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock, you're like, oh yeah, I got all this stuff done. It makes me, again, it makes me so happy to say that stuff. So I'm facing my fears, I'm facing my insecurities head on, and I'm at the point of my life where I say, yeah, well, what's the worst that can happen, right? Okay, with exercise, I'm not having a metric at all. That's just me, Trish, trying to improve. And I'm happy that I'm doing it now versus when I'm older, right? I don't want to start this stuff when I'm like 40 or 50. The best time to start exercising, I know this sounds so cliche, okay, is really now. And again, if you are insecure about exercising, I would highly, highly, highly recommend join a Planet Fitness. I have the black card. I think it's worth it because after I work out, I actually do the hydro massage or the red light therapy. The red light therapy is supposed to help you recover. The hydro massage, I love it because it's like a little 10-minute treat afterwards. Or you can go on the massage chair, but I prefer the hydro massage because you lie down and you're like, oh, it's so soothing. So that is my little, icing on the cake after I work out. And I love it. I love it so much. So Planet Fitness is the gym for me. I don't care what people say about it not being a real gym. My firm belief is as long as people work out, that's the most important. I don't care how you work out, okay? Just make sure you work out. And for me, I know you guys have probably seen me try to stick with the home workouts. I don't do the home workouts anymore because when I exercise, I need to see other people, working out too, because that way I don't feel so insecure. Does that make sense? Hold on. So yeah, that is the thing that I have to do for myself, and just seeing other people work on themselves motivates me to do my workout too. I don't feel like I'm alone, let's say in a living room just doing squats with someone on YouTube. I really need to go to a gym. I truly, truly need to go to a gym. Planet Fitness, they have a $10 a month membership for the basic, and then they have the black card for I think $23.99 a month. I have the $23.99 a month membership. I think it's completely worth it because it helps me so much mentally, and it helps me so much with my mood and also my outlook on myself. My goal is, I'm working out now. I cannot wait until I get older, and I'll continually keep working out. And I want to be one of those people when they're 35 years old who wears like short shorts and things like that and has a nice body. The body that I was telling you guys, like I always wanted. Like, yes, I want that. I want to wear a tank top and feel good in it. Like I feel fine in it now, but I want to actually be able to like carry it. I don't want to just look at people with great bodies. I want to be like, yeah, I'm going to work on that great body myself. I'm going to achieve that great body, and I'm going to put that work in so that way I can look back and be like, yeah, my little booty's growing. So that is the thing about me. I don't intend to go on Instagram or anything like that. I just want to be, that person who buys like a pair of shorts and is like, I actually look good in the shorts. So yeah, that's just me. I'm excited at the thought of me having a nice booty, with the nice thighs and things like that. And I know it's not cool for me to say it, but it makes me excited to work on that kind of stuff. And I wish I had exercised earlier, but I didn't, and I can't do anything about it. But I can just look forward and say, okay, this is where I'm at right now, and this is how I feel about it. So that's why, when you get out of your comfort zones, when you stop being complacent and you actually work on yourselves, you have so much more to gain. The only thing that you lose if you work on yourself is maybe you have a bruised ego. Maybe you'll be like, oh man, I feel sore today, or I failed and that kind of thing. But you don't really fail truly unless you completely give up. So that's the way I think about things, and I find life is a lot more, I find that my hair is like blowing all over the place, you guys. I find that life is a lot more exciting because I wake up and I want to go to the gym. I want to see myself grow. I want to be a better person. And I can actually say at this point of my life, I actually look forward to really growing older because I'm excited to see like what does the future hold for me. Not the gym thing, okay? Not just the gym thing, but just life in general. And I want to be that kind of woman where she takes care of herself and she, continually improves. I don't want to be one of those women. I did a stream about it where they just say, "Oh, I'm 40 years old. Oh, yeah, I guess this is my body because I'm 40 years old. But look at that young chick over there who's 25 years old. Of course she has a good body." Because that's such a defeatist attitude. And I don't want to continue the cycle. I think you call it perpetuate the cycle of women feeling insecure about themselves just because they're growing older. You see, like we can look at our age and say, yeah, we're 30, I'm 33 right now, but I don't want to look at 34 and be like, oh, 34, that was how many years since I was, in my, it's like 5 years after I got out of my 20s. And I just don't want that. I don't want to look at life and be like, oh, how I was in my 20s. I was actually in worse shape than I am right now in my 20s. So that's why I think to myself, like, man, I squandered my 20s. I wish I had worked out in my 20s because then I could have lived a great 20s. But now it's just switching into my 30s. And, now I have a lot more awareness about things. So the clothes, my skin, my hair just got all poofed up over here. There's no way I'm making this with my hair just going well. It's just like flowing all over the place over here. But yeah, it just makes me, feel like I can't turn back time. But again, I'm really excited about the future. And I hope that you guys see yourself in that way. Whatever age you guys are, whatever insecurities you have, like you should have done this earlier, you wish that you were able to do this, really just try it. You have nothing to lose. All you'll probably have is like maybe bruised muscles, bruised ego. Maybe you'll feel like you suck for a little bit, but you have everything to gain if you just put your ego aside and you say, you know what, I'm gonna try it. And for me, right, I'm not good at driving. I don't consider myself to be good at driving. I need more practice for sure. I'm good enough to get a license, but I don't consider myself good enough to be comfortable. But I look forward to the day where I drive just confidently and I can back up. I don't know how to back up. I can back up. I can parallel well. I can, drive and I'm not feeling so anxiety filled. So maybe in the future you guys will see driving streams with me. And just know that when I do these streams, you might catch that I'm very anxious, and it's just a natural way of things. Like I don't want to put out this image that I don't have anxiety. I do have anxiety about things, but I know that anxiety is normal. When you go through things that you're not comfortable with, you always will have anxiety. It kind of goes hand in hand, but that anxiety is the thing that differentiates, will you get through it? Or will you not get through it? If you don't work through your anxiety and you just give up, you will never ever achieve anything. You won't, because you'll just say, oh, I'm scared of doing this. Like, oh, let's say for instance, right, this drink. Let's say you don't want to try chai latte. Oh, I'm scared of trying a chai latte. Okay, great. You went into your comfort zone. You never try a chai latte, so you don't know how it tastes. And that's why it's so dangerous to be stuck in your comfort zone, stuck in your complacency, because the world has so much to offer. But, if you just kind of stay in your little hole, your little rock, you'll never know what opportunities lie out there or what life can offer you. You never know how far you can take things if you just say, oh yeah, I'm just going to drink water all day. I mean, like, if you want to drink water, that's fine, but you can try teas, things like that. So yeah, I'm going to take my hand off, and if I seem like I'm a little cold, the reason why. Yeah. Hey, you know what? If you are 21 and you're hustling, Joseph, that is something. Because I know people who are 31 who just like give up on life. So for anybody who's working through things and feel like you got a heavy load, you really got to like pat yourself in the back, because there's people who would just say, oh, I don't want to do the work, I don't want to go for this, I don't want to like start a business, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that. And there's just like, again, I really think that so many people just like talk themselves out of their own goals, their own dreams, because they say like, oh, I don't have time for it. Oh, I don't think I'm gonna make it. Oh, it's gonna be too much of an investment. Oh, I'm too busy for this. I'm too old for this. I don't know if, and like, I don't know about that. I'll think about, it's like time keeps moving. But if you don't do action, that complacency continues to remain. And that's the scary thing about complacency. You think that you're making the safest bet by being complacent. You're really not, because you're shooting yourself in the foot. Remember, I shared with you guys, I got my driver's license. I first started driving when I was, I think, 23. And then I got into an accident. I got T-boned. And then I didn't drive for 3 years. 3 years. I finally got my license, I think, at 30 or so. And then after I got my license, I didn't really want to drive. I still had anxiety. And finally, here I am at 33, being all like, okay, this is too long. I gotta learn how to reverse. I gotta feel comfortable driving. So I'm gonna put myself out there and just do driving streams. And if I delete the stream or if I cut the stream out abruptly, just know I probably got into an accident. I'm just kidding. But I want to do that because I want you guys to kind of see the things that I see. And maybe you guys, if you guys hear me driving and you hear me like say like, oh, I'm a little nervous, I'm a little apprehensive, maybe you'll see it and then you'll think to yourself, man, Erica has anxiety, but she's trying to work through it. And I will be working through it. But I just want people to know that if they have any anxiety and fears, they're really not alone. And I think it's a very important thing to share, because some people, they think people on YouTube or people that they see, they're just all so brave. I kind of look in my mind and I say, I need to be brave if I want changes to happen, right? It's not like I don't think I'm naturally brave, but it's like I just think to myself like, Erica, enough is enough. You have to learn and be comfortable with driving, because you're 33, damn it. And what if you need to drive a long distance? Then what? Can you do it? What if you want to go and check out something, distance away? Can you drive there? And I've had friends back in Hawaii ask me like, hey, do you want to go check out some place? And like, I don't know if you guys know this, it's like Kapolei. And I tell them, I'm like, oh, I don't drive. And they're like, oh, really? And they say like, oh, okay, don't worry about it. I'll pick you up. But, it's like such an inconvenience. So that's why it's like, for me, I kind of think to myself, like, enough is enough. Like, I really got to drive. And I've been transparent about this stuff to my friends. And instead of them saying like, what, you don't drive, Erica? Like, they're just like, hey, you know what? You want to learn how to drive? I'll give you some pointers. Hey, you can drive my car. If you damage my car, no big deal. It's just, it kind of blew my mind. I was like, really? You'll let me drive your car? You're okay with it? Like, what if I get into an... Yeah. So you see, like, I had this perception that people wouldn't be comfortable with me driving their cars because of insecurity, right? And I made that assumption that, okay, well, I guess I would, like... But yeah, it actually turned out to be wrong, and people have genuinely been really, really supportive about me being open about that stuff. So for you guys, if you guys have any insecurities, I highly suggest that you guys are also transparent with the things that you have, that you're working on, or you want to fix. And if you tell your friends and you tell your families and you just say like, hey, this is what I'm trying to do, you'll find that people will generally be really supportive of it, provided that they're good people. You might always have that few people who are like, what? You want to do this? Like, you can't do that. Those people, you got to cut them out of your life because they are encouraging complacency. And remember, right, I have this view now that complacency is really, really bad. So I don't want you guys to be complacent. And I want you guys to live a happy, fulfilling life where you're constantly pushing yourself to be greater and greater. And if you're happy, right, other people will sense that happiness, and then maybe you'll you know, you might have that effect where maybe someone says, hey, you know what, I didn't really want to get myself out of my comfort zone, but now I'm getting out of my comfort zone because I saw you working on your anxiety, and if you could do it, then I could do it. And then that way you just spread this little ripple effect of people working on themselves, and I think it's such a great thing. I really do. So I'm gonna get going. I need to put away my laundry and things like that. But it was great talking to you guys. And sorry again for the wind. And like I said, I'm really cold right now. Even with these down feather gloves, my fingers are freezing. But yeah, chatting with you guys warmed up my soul. And I hope that you guys work on your goals and you guys aren't complacent and you guys stay nice and toasty warm. I really would have gone inside, but remember, they're playing music and people are talking, and I was just thought it was so distracting. So yeah, I will see you, and you guys take care. I gotta like get up to like turn this thing off. Oh my goodness! What? Huh? Ah! I said, oh my goodness, and the guy was like, what happened? Okay, yeah. Okay, so, okay, I'm so sorry, you guys. Like, I didn't see your chat because my YouTube thing, like, unless I like do like this, it doesn't go down. No, this is actually this is chai, so this is all I've had. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm just sighing because I'm cold. Yeah. So yeah. No, I only had like 1 cup of coffee today. I didn't even have a full cup, and then I had like a little bit of sip of this. But remember, I just feel more energized about life because I'm working on myself, and I'm happy about it. And I have a newer computer now, so I can do video editing. But today I just wanted to do a live stream with you guys and just chat with you guys. I intended to make a recorded video, but the fact that the wind was blowing and things like that, I was like, oh, I don't want to grab out my cold hands over here and just be like, oh, just doing a take over and over and over and over. Oh, yes. So yeah, stay warm, you guys, and I hope you have a warm drink. I don't have a warm drink. It's a cold drink, but yeah, I shall see you. Yeah. Okay.